Atma Namaste, everyone. Atma Namaste, Christian Arlong, life enhancement consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Saturday afternoon / evening for some of you. I don't know if you can see it. See my beautifully filthy, dirty hands? It's so funny. So, hey, Mary Atma Namaste. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, start off my day nice and early. Do a baby meditation practice. Get ready for my clients. Ernestus, get ready for my clients. And so, for those of you who do not know me, for 13 years I've been an energy healer, and about 15 years I've been a meditation teacher. So the world that I live in is very refined, very subtle, and non-physical. So I didn't grow up with the super physicality of masonry, carpentry, plumbing, brickwork. I did work at a sawmill for 2 weeks, and it was very, very physical. I worked on, for those of you who do not know, it's called the green line, where you basically take finished wood and you bring it from one part of the warehouse to another part of the warehouse on this like steel beam, and you just slide it across using your body weight. So your arms and your forearms get super, super big. So most of my life, I've stayed completely away from manual physical labor. So I think I've changed maybe in 20 years of driving, maybe 2 tires. That's including mine and somebody else's, changed 2 tires. So those of you know, yesterday I did a stream about my car getting a flat. No big deal, getting it fixed, gonna get all 4 new tires because the car needs 4 new tires, right? So I'm going out there, and then I realize as I'm rooting around, because I bought this car from my friend, I'm rooting around in the trunk, which literally you could put about 5 or 6 full-grown adults in the trunk. It's gigantic. It's a big, big car. So I'm taking all this stuff out. Hey, Sharon, Atma Namaste. I'm taking all this stuff out, this stuff, this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. And I have a picture of it. I'll probably post on Instagram, on Facebook. But it has so much stuff in there, like spare tire, banners. It's got carts. It's got hauling and trailing equipment. Like, there's a lot going on. And I go through everything, and guess what I don't find? The one thing that I needed, a jack. Hey, Karina, Atma Namaste. I needed a jack to pick up the car, unscrew the bolts in the tire, take the tire off, put the little donut tire on, which I think is one of the most adorable names for an object, is the donut tire. Now remember, you're not supposed to drive for a prolonged period of time on the donut tire, and you're not supposed to go over 45 miles an hour. So my next door neighbors, I see them running around, which is not common. So I was like, hey guys, do you have a jack? Because I don't find a jack amongst all of these things that are in the trunk. You guys see my hands? This is the dirtiest you will ever see my hands, pretty much ever, okay? So I'm in the dirt because it's like right in front of my place. So it's kind of dirt, gravelly, and it's not very stable. So I'm setting up this jack. Hey, Lynette, Atma Namaste. I'm setting up this jack, and I'm turning the jack, right, to make it go up and up and up and up, so it lifts up the car, so that I can take off the tire, right? Everything's going well. And then all of a sudden, boop, the jack slides. The jack slides, meaning because the dirt is not very stable, the jack just kind of tilts off to the side. So then I can't jack it up anymore to take the tire off, and then I can't turn it down to drop it to start over again. So I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, I need to find another person with a jack. So I need to jack up the car to get the other jack out so that I can re-jack the car up, take the tire off. It's a very complicated process. Again, not my area of expertise. I'm thinking AAA, my insurance, they're gonna come out here in an hour, yada, yada, yada. And then I said, you know what? Let me try something. So instead of jacking it up or jacking it down, I simply take my little body, my 156-pound body, and this is a big car, like a big car. And I get down low, and I lift up the car, and then I pull the jack out. Victory, at least on that level. So I was able to get the jack from underneath the car, and I was like, are you kidding me? I just picked up the car. That's so cool. I've always had a fantasy of like fully picking up a Mini Cooper, or at the very least, a car to go. You know the smart cars? Those little tiny smart cars? They're like, you can fit 2 people and 1 bag of oranges. Then that's basically it. The entire car is full with 2 people and a bag of oranges. But I've always wanted to pick up one of those cars right off the ground. And I think I could do it considering I just picked this car up by 1.5 inches off the ground in order to slide the jack out. So guess what? Henry Ford says, failure is nothing more than the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. So I said, how can I put the jack in the proper positioning? So I'm looking around the car. Vegan power! I'm looking around the car and I find one of those little floor mats because I just need a little bit of elevation in order to even out the playing field of the ground. So I slide the little mat underneath the jack. I start jacking up. Car gets higher and higher and higher. And I'm able to slide the old tire off, put the new tire on, and I don't even know if I was putting the new tire on correctly. Because again, guys, when I say I'm not mechanically inclined, what's up, Leanne? When I say I'm not mechanically inclined, it's just is what it is. I know what my ninja powers are, I know what my superpowers are, and I know what my vices, my weaknesses, my kryptonite is. God did not bless me with a mechanical mind. He blessed me with other abilities. Just like you might have amazing abilities that you haven't fully realized yet. So, that being said, focus on your strengths, focus on your ninja power, because that's what you were destined to use in this incarnation. Mine is not to fix tires or do anything manual labor related. So I put the new tire back on, tighten up the bolts, unjack the car so it went down. Ta-da! Everything's done. So I'm super proud of myself. This little tiny body lifted up a giant car in order to get the work done. That was necessary. Didn't have to call AAA. Didn't have to call my insurance. Didn't have to have anyone come out here. My neighbors hooked me up with the jack, which I thought I was going to be breaking. So then I was going to have to buy them a jack because as the jack went up originally, it tilted to the side. The car was putting pressure on the jack, and you could see the jack was like giving and bending. I was like, I'm going to break the jack. The car is going to fall apart. The humanity. But we saved the day. We made it happen. My body's been sweating like Elvis in his final years on stage. So I'm going to wash my hands, wash my body, maybe go out tonight. I have no idea. But, hey, Kathy, Abba Namaste. Thanks, Leanne. But keep in mind, this is the full moon. So the full moon of Scorpio was at, I think, 2:25 a.m. in Denver, Colorado this morning. 2:25 a.m. Denver, Colorado was the peak of the full moon. And for all my nurses and my doctors who watch the streams, you'll notice right around the full moon is when you have the most stabbings, the most murders, the most chaos in the ER, the most children being born, because that's when the most amount of energy, solar energy from the sun is coming down and hitting Mother Earth, because that's what the full moon is. The full moon is simply the least impedance of solar energy hitting Mother Earth and stirring everything up. So you'll notice a lot of funky, weird, wacky things tend to happen during the full moon. So that's why they call somebody who's crazy a lunatic. Luna in Spanish means moon, right? What's up, Miriam? Abba Namaste. Ai, Abba Namaste. So that's my little nugget to you guys today is be aware of the full moon. Kana Gaval, Atma Namaste. Be aware of the full moon energies. The Holy Master, the Tibetan Holy Master, DK, said that the full moon is either a time of opportunity or a time of crisis. So as a spiritual practitioner, we're trained to harness and direct the excess energies of the full moon for healing purposes, for blessing our projects, our friends, our family members. It's like kind of like a waterfall of energy that we can access. But if we don't have a spiritual practice, if we don't know how to direct these energies constructively, they can kind of take over our emotional body for a period of time, and we feel like we're going crazy, hyper stressed out, hyper agitated, irritated, annoyed, right? Not the best place to be in. So the fact that I'm having all these weird things happen with fixing a simple tire right outside my window here, it makes it interesting. Ernestas, what kind of Buddhist are you? Good question. So some of you might see my shirt. I don't know if you can see the shirt clearly enough. So this is Lord Padmasambhava. Lord Padmasambhava. So the path that we would be considered in pranic healing and Arhatic yoga is the path of the Bodhisattva, the path of compassion and mercy. But pranic healing and Arhatic yoga is not just Buddhist. We pull from many different branches of yoga, Hinduism, Christianity, and Buddhism. The core, you could say, of our practice would be Tibetan Buddhism, coming from Lord Padmasambhava, the founder of Tibetan Buddhism. So call me while I'm trying to give you guys a beautiful stream. Howard, Abba Namaste. So that's the path that we follow, but Master Choa, the founder of pranic healing and Arhatic yoga, did a synthesis of all the major branches of yoga, the major religions, the major mystery schools that were modern day mystery schools and ancient mystery schools, in order to develop a system that properly, rapidly, and safely heals people, and properly, rapidly, and safely evolved one's incarnated soul to their higher soul and ultimately back to God. And that form of yoga is called Arhatic yoga. So maybe I was using some of my excess Arhatic yoga energies to lift up the car. Who knows? But whew, I feel like a working man today, working in the physical world. Yeah. So, do you guys have any other questions, comments for tonight's live stream? Again, we talk about energy healing, meditation, practical spirituality, and occasionally Christian working with his physical hands. Speaking of which, anyone who's in need of healing, whether it's physical healing, emotional healing, relationship healing, career, clarity and wisdom, improving their spiritual practice, definitely go to christianrlong.com/services, christianrlong.com/services, and we have any and all kinds of programs that will fit your specific need to help transform your life. I've been honored and privileged enough to do this work professionally for 13 years, helping thousands of people from around the world live higher quality of lives with more awareness. Not because I'm this great, phenomenal healer, but because I have a great teacher behind me with a great system behind me and supporting that process. So that's it. Any questions, comments? I know there's always a 10 to 15 second delay from good old Facebook. Thanks, Facebook, for allowing me to spread high-level spiritual teachings for free around the world any time of day or night. I think my face looks a little dirty too. What is going on? Definitely is going to need a shower. My energy has been so high today, very productive. Ah, good. So it looks like Sharon's riding the wave of the excess prana of the Scorpio full moon. Any Scorpios in the live stream today, or who watched the replay, just type in Scorpio, just so I know. Have a good evening, Ernestus. You as well. Thank you very much for logging in and tapping into the energies. All right, guys. Lots of light, love, and power from God, from my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kukui. Ah, that's right. Leanne's a Scorpio. Scorpio. Leanne, send me a private message. I want to send you a link of something I think you'll get benefit from. All right, guys. Lots of light, love, and power. Megan, Atma Namaste. I love you guys very much. My hands are dirty. I'm going to have to clean them. May you be blessed with divine light, divine love, divine power on all levels. This is Christian Arlong, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful Saturday, weekend, and life. And don't forget, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, we're going to be doing another live Twin Hearts meditation. So you can log in from anywhere in the world, tap into the group energy, which we're still riding the wave of the full moon energy, so I highly recommend that. And you just find it right on my Facebook page. You don't have to subscribe, you don't have to put in any email, you don't have to sign up for anything. You just 10 o'clock a.m.